to say something to someone you know they don't want to hear. It's a tough spot, and I think we've all been there. Part of being in relationships, whether it's work relationships or personal relationships, is being able to navigate those moments when we have to deliver either a hard truth or something that's necessary, but we really don't want to give that message. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't avoid it. There are 3 super simple steps that you can take that will not only help you to deliver that hard truth or that thing that you know the other person doesn't want to hear easily, but it will also, these 3 steps will also help that other person to take it in, to swallow it with grace and even gratitude. Imagine delivering this statement to the person. You know they don't want to hear this, but at the end they end up thanking you. It's possible. It is a communication massage, and I am teaching you the moves today, so stick around.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
It happens to all of us. I'm a boss, business owner. I've been a manager for years. I'm married. We've got kids, 5 of them, lots of communication going on, and it happens to me all the time. I have to tell someone something that I know that they don't necessarily want to hear. There are 3 simple steps that are tried and true, proven to work, that can not only help you on the front end of the communication to reduce your stress, take your nerves down, make you feel a little bit more comfortable with what's to come, but also can help, you're actually prepping the person who you're going to have to talk to be able to take in this hard truth with more grace and more ease as you deliver it with grace and ease yourself. And if you do it right, if you're careful and you really do it right, you could even deliver it in such a way that prompts the person who didn't want to hear it to begin with to thank you for it. Okay, so get out your notepad. You know I'm always telling you to take notes because taking notes helps solidify the ideas in your mind. If you don't have a notepad, just open up the comment section in this video. YouTube gives you a notepad. You can come back here anytime and check your notes. So get out your notepad or open up that typing block and type this in. It is the golden rule for communication with everything. This rule can actually help your communication across the board, whether you're delivering something kind, something neutral, or something that is negative. Okay, so the golden rule is only communicate something if it meets 3 standards. This is all point number 1. Is the thing you're going to say true? Is the thing you're going to say kind? And is the thing you're going to say necessary? Let's say you have to talk to a coworker. Let's say you're a manager and you have to talk to someone on your team because they don't have good personal hygiene. Is it true? Yes. Is it kind? There we go. You might think, oh no, it's not kind to tell someone that they don't have good personal hygiene. Well, actually, it is. If they don't have good personal hygiene, then their reputation is suffering. And if their reputation suffers, then that can get in the way of their success. So even though it's difficult, the kindest possible thing for you to do is to bring it to their attention. So yes, it's true. Yes, it's kind. Is it necessary? Well, absolutely. As your job of being the manager in the workplace, it falls on you to police this sort of thing. So yes, number 1, true, kind, necessary. It would meet all 3 of those things. Number 2, you have to ask yourself before you communicate, are you coming at this with a positive intention? Is your motivation for communicating this positive? That's different than it being true, kind, or necessary. Something could be true, kind, and necessary, but your motivation for it might be to hurt them. Let's say that this employee gave you a bad review in your 360 review and you really don't like this person. Are you going to find pleasure in delivering this message to them? If so, that's not a positive motivation. But if your motivation is to improve the overall happiness of your workplace, the overall productivity of your workplace, and to create more harmony among your team, I'd say that's a positive motivation. So you passed the first 2 points. Point number 3, always have to find an upside before you deliver this to someone. Anything that you know that they're not going to want to hear or that's going to be hard for them to take. Figure out what the upside is for them. It's easy to see what the upside would be in that situation with a manager and someone with poor hygiene. The upside is you get to keep your job and your coworkers won't avoid you anymore because you won't be smelly or unkempt or whatever. Let me tell you a story from my past, my professional past. I worked at a company that was very, very happy. It was really just such an incredible place. All the coworkers were friends. Many of us are still friends. The management was wonderful. They led with love, not fear. They led with motivation, not criticism. And it was just really a fantastic place. Well, a private equity firm bought out our company. And what happens usually when private equity firms do a takeover is they trim the fat. So they take the current management structure and they get rid of it. And then they bring in new managers that they can pay less. And then they figure out what jobs aren't necessary. They cut back, make the most out of their money, and then resell the company. So that's what was happening at this company. As my manager was let go and a new manager came in, we all realized that the party was over because the manager was terrible. And she would take roll every day at the same time. And if you weren't in your seat, she just marked down something on her little clipboard that she stomped around with all the time. She was just a nightmare. And she was only kind to the people who really kind of were bootlickers who like to compliment her a lot. And we figured out very quickly that we either needed to play her game or start looking for other jobs. So I decided to do both. I was going to play her game while I was looking for other jobs because bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So I, in all of our meetings, I would ask her follow-ups for these wonderful things that she said that weren't really that groundbreaking. But she eventually ended up lending me a book. I asked her to lend me a book that she was constantly referring to. It's called From Good to Great. And Good to Great talks about level 5 leaders. They talk about all the different levels of leaders, but level 5 is the highest level of leader. And she informed us that she was a level 5 leader. I've known 2 managers who have done this in my life who have said, I'm a level 5 leader. Here's a clue. If somebody's going to tell you what a great manager they are, what a great leader they are, they're probably not, because great managers and great leaders don't have to come up and tell you how great they are. You know that they're great because of their team. You know that they're great because how they're respected or loved by their team. So I asked this woman to borrow this book because I wanted to know what a level 5 leader was. If she was one, I wanted to know what to stay away from. So I read the book and it became very, very clear to me that absolutely not. She's not a level 5 leader. She's just egotistical and has huge blinders on. And so I was returning the book to her. She had just offered me a promotion. My position at the company was one of the ones that they were doing away with. So she had offered me a different position. Around that same time, I found a different position with another company. And so I had to rescind my job offer. So I'm walking into this company to see this woman who doesn't know that I don't think that she's brilliant. And I have the book that I borrowed from her. I've got my job acceptance rescission letter, my key, all the stuff. So I've got it in the book and I hand it to her. Now, I needed to tell her that I wasn't going to take the job that she had given me. And I didn't feel right walking out of there without letting her know that she wasn't serving her flock as she thought she was serving her flock. But I really put myself through this filter. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Do I have positive motivation? And can I think of an upside? So I got through all the filters and I did think of an upside. The upside was I was going to leave this company even though the management now was not what it once was. Even though it wasn't a happy place, I was going to leave this company by giving this woman a truth. So as I told her, I've written my letter of rescission. It wasn't really resignation because I was just rescinding an offer for the new job. Gave her my letter of rescission. As I handed her all this and told her all this, I let her know that I was unsure of my future there when I had applied for the other job. That it was an incredible opportunity. I appreciated the opportunity that she had given me. But after much deliberation, I decided to take the other opportunity instead. Then here comes the hard part. That's pretty easy, right? Here's the hard part. How do you tell somebody that they're a terrible manager? Should I tell her that she's a terrible manager? Would that burn the bridge? So what I decided to do was thank her for lending me the book. I told her that I had read it. I listed a couple of attributes of level 5 leaders that I knew didn't apply to her. And then I looked her dead in the eye and I said, I really appreciate your management example. It has helped me know the kind of manager that I want to be. And then I left. She thanked me because she thought it was a compliment. But I'm pretty sure she reviewed those things that I pointed out. I really appreciated learning this about a level 5 leader, and this about a level 5 leader, and this about a level 5 leader. Those words, I'm sure, stuck with her. I gave her a huge gift. I delivered something with positive intention. It was true, it was kind, I believe it was necessary, and I found the upside for her. The upside for her was that she wasn't going to have an employee there who thought that she was not a good manager. She had the chance to fill her team with someone who would actually admire her, and I left her with a little nugget of information so that she could grow from the place where she was into the manager that I think she really wanted to be. If this has been of any use to you at all, give me a thumbs up on this video, please. Click the little bell and the subscribe button so that you learn the next time that we upload a video that can help you live a more successful life, higher fulfillment, more happiness, lower stress. Who's in? I am. See you next time.